So when I first started barbecuing, I used store-bought rubs. I still do from time to time. But eventually, I wanted to create my own spin on things, right? I wanted my own flavor. But I couldn't find any resources on how to actually develop my own flavor. The point of this upcoming series is to help you develop your own flavor. Not give you any recipes, but show you how to build your flavor profiles. Nothing's wrong with using the store-bought rubs, but like I said, sometimes you want your own flavor. So follow along and I will go over the process. So in this series, you're going to hear me talk about a part. What is a part? Typically, I just pick a measurement and that is my part. So if I say 2 parts pepper, that's 2 teaspoons to 1 teaspoon of salt. If I say half a part, obviously it's going to be half a teaspoon, like if I were to do garlic. So pick a measurement and that's your part. It's a good way to keep your ratios in line. Now, when you're starting to develop your own flavor profile, it is good to find a style of barbecue you like and try to emulate that. For me, I like to emulate the Texas style barbecue. So salt, pepper. We value the flavor of the meat. Now, how much of this do you want to start out with? Well, that's depending, for me at least, on the meat I'm cooking. Also, the flavor profile, some people don't like pepper, some people don't like salt. You're going to adjust those as needed. But for example, when I'm cooking a brisket, I'll usually do 2 parts pepper, 1 part salt. Pepper gives you a good bark, but yet the salt doesn't overwhelm the meat. Now, if I'm doing a pork shoulder or ribs or something along those lines, it'll typically be 1 part salt, 1 part pepper. Pork is already salty, so you don't really need to add a whole lot of salt to that. And pepper, I find that it kind of overwhelms the pork sometimes if you have too much pepper on there. Now, the other thing I like to add to mine is granulated garlic. So this is typically just a part. So it'll, like for my pork products, it'll be a part garlic, a part pepper, and a part salt. For my briskets, 2 parts pepper, 1 part salt, and 1 part garlic. The reason I like to add garlic in there is that's where I'm starting to develop my own flavor. Now, this is just the base of mine. So typically brisket is just salt, pepper, and garlic for me. Now, if I go into a pork rub, for example, I might add some different things, but we'll go into that once we get to that part of the series.